EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. For the first time with Najee Harris. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Looking to throw. Soriano. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Yeah, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Back to throw. Soriano into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Ski. That's the interception. That means everybody find someone to block a wiggly, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Soriano. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. And some room to work. The 20. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. That's on the guard, Connor Williams. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Soriano dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Soriano. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. does well now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group, and sometimes that loss get us off your back. You can move forward from there.
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that. Talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Levi Wallace with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
First down. It's Harris. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll toss to Harris. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Harris. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's their quarterback with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Jackson to throw. This one complete to Smallwood. That catch good for only a couple. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 57 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Jackson. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker now to add the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. From the gun, Soriano And this pass broken up. The contact right on time there. And now fourth down. Fourth down. Here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Well, not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Off play action. Soriano forced out to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. A quick throw caught by Kupp out wide. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Push him.